This is Marshawn Brooks, and you may not be extremely familiar with him, and if that's the case, I really don't blame you. He was a relatively under-the-radar rotational player who started just 50 games during his NBA career, 47 of which coming in his rookie season. However, I am confident he is responsible for one of the strangest and most wild streaks in NBA history. But before we talk about that, I might as well give a background on Marshawn Brooks to see how we got to this moment. Coming out of high school, Marshawn Brooks was ranked number 521 in the class of 2007, and he would decide to play college basketball at the University of Providence. Marshawn Brooks would barely see the floor during his freshman season, averaging just 9 minutes per game and 3 points per game accordingly. But by the time his sophomore season rolled around, that would bump all the way up to 21 minutes per game, and then eventually 26.6 as a junior and 36 minutes per game as a senior. He would also average 24.5 points per game as a senior, along with 7 rebounds a night. Things were looking very good for Providence to start the year, being 11-2 after the first 13 games. However, as a result of a mid-season collapse, the Friars would drop all the way down to 15-17. However, it wasn't the fault of Marshawn Brooks. In fact, he played unbelievable. In the month of February, he put up 43 points and 10 rebounds on a solid Georgetown team, and would put an unreal 52 points on a Notre Dame team that would end up finishing 5th in the 2011 AP poll. He would end his college career with the highest season blocks plus minus in Providence history at 10.3, followed by Chris Dunn at 10.2, and then Chris Dunn again the very next season. Marshawn Brooks would decide it was time for him to take his talents to the NBA. He would declare for the 2011 NBA draft, where he would fall at the 25th draft selection to the Boston Celtics before being flipped on draft night to the New Jersey Nets for Jawan Johnson in the 2014 second-round pick. As a rookie, Marshawn Brooks would appear in 56 of the Nets' 66 games during the lockout-shortened season. He would start 47 of them and would average over 12 points on 42% shooting, pretty normal numbers for a rookie and definitely exceeding expectations. He would also finish 10th in Rookie of the Year voting. Eventually, the New Jersey Nets would make the move to Brooklyn, and Marshawn Brooks would tell Coach Avery Johnson he was having confidence issues on the court, leading to a lot of inconsistent playing time. Soon, PJ Carlesimo would take over the head coaching job and would play Marshawn Brooks a little bit more. In one of his starts during the 2012-2013 NBA season, he would play 36 minutes and would drop 27 points on the Cleveland Cavaliers, but that was really the best of his production with the Nets. On July 12, 2013, the Brooklyn Nets would strike up one of the most infamous deals in NBA history that would trade many assets to the Boston Celtics for Celtics Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. And it really looked downhill from here for Marshawn, very little production and very little playing time. In early 2014, he would get traded to the Golden State Warriors in a 3-team deal before being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers just a month later. In a Lakers uniform, he would put up 6.4 points per game on 12 minutes a night. However, it wasn't enough to stay in the NBA for now. The Kings would briefly have him on their summer league team, but he wouldn't be good enough to make the regular season roster. From 2014 to 2018, Marshawn Brooks would play overseas, joining a team in Italy in 2014 and joining the Jiangsu Dragons between 2015 and 2018. However, in March of 2018, an NBA team was calling him, that team being the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that was most definitely having a very rough season to say the least. They would sign him to a 10-day contract, giving him the opportunity to show what he's made of, and he would immediately start going to work, dropping 21 on Portland, 24 on Utah, 25 on New Orleans, 23 on Sacramento, and 25 on Detroit. However, his final 2 games weren't necessarily great, dropping 14 on Minnesota and 9 on Oklahoma City on bad efficiency. However, those final 2 games really didn't matter because Marshawn Brooks was on top of the world, posing splits of 50% from the field, 59% from 3 on 4.5 attempts per game, and 87% from the line, all being career highs, along with 20 points per game. Also, on April 6th of 2018, the Memphis Grizzlies would decide to sign Marshawn Brooks to a multi-year deal, meaning he was going to stay in Memphis, Tennessee for as long as possible. Clearly, the Grizzlies did not see the future, although it may have seemed like they did. He would play just 29 games the next season, wouldn't start a single one. In fact, he averaged only 13.3 minutes per game and 6.6 points. On January 3rd of 2019, the Memphis Grizzlies would send Marshawn Brooks alongside another player and 2 draft picks in exchange for Justin Holiday to the Bulls. He would also get waived by the Bulls, officially ending his NBA career as we know it so far. He would end up signing with the Guangdong Tigers in 2019, where he's played ever since. I don't think Marshawn Brooks had a fair shake in the NBA. He had a very good rookie season, and whenever he got more minutes in Memphis, Tennessee, he played out of his mind. Some people may call those 7 games a fluke, but for it to be one, he had to have been put in the same exact situation and performed worse, which he wasn't. Brooks' sanity happened when he was 29 in 2018, and that was 5 years ago. He's 34, and I really don't see him being signed by another NBA team because his good basketball days are most likely behind him. But I want to know what you all think about Marshawn Brooks. What do you think about those 7 games which he played out of his mind, and do you think he could still play in the league? If you want to see more of my content, I made a video about Jeremy Lin, and it should be on the screen somewhere. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are. Goodbye.